You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are champs. Yeah. Roast out to Freedom Park, rocking pink and black. Official tissue in the 305, bounty full of greats. The Battered Fan with Chris and Dan dropping hot takes. Messi and the Herons start the season with a star on the crest. So 29 fan bases can cry, cause we the best. Sign homegrowns like Noah, Frey and Ruiz, replacing goats with greats. Yeah, Miles got the cheese and he called it. Freedom to dream was the backbone. From Lockhart to Miami, it feels good to be at home. Multiple times a week on YouTube and audio. Take the time to subscribe, like and share the show. So check and chat, grab your MLS cup and coming. No question about it, I'm ready to get a star again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 528 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Dan Garnett, alongside me, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I'm kind of nervous, Danny, and the connection is cutting in and out a little bit, but I am kind of nervous. We're gonna talk Orlando City matchup, rivalry, and right now Orlando City is involved in quite of a brawl here against New England for the U.S. Open Cup, and they're winning. Danny, they've been scoring goals the last two games. This is scary for our defense.
Took the lead in the 92nd minute. So
yeah,
but New England trotted out their B team, which is very common in the Open Cup, which is a conversation we were having today in one of our chats we had with some other people. People just don't take the Open Cup seriously, unfortunately. But we were going to have an Orlando guest, but like Chris just mentioned, Orlando is playing right now. So a lot of Orlando people are either watching it or going to do a post game, and it just made it very difficult for us to have somebody on, unfortunately. And we don't record on Thursdays anymore. So we're not going to have a guest. So we're going to kind of go old school and just kind of just do this ourselves. And I feel like we could touch on some of the topics also that we talked about on our Ventanita show from Tuesday morning. For those of you that were members, you guys heard us talk a little bit about the what ifs about the results to this game, because this game could put us in a interesting spot. We were talking about, I'm not panicked so far this season. Chris is a little closer to that, but a loss to Orlando, and I feel like all of a sudden you do start to panic. We always give that analogy, in the cartoons where they have a panic button, a big red button, and there's a little glass that covers it. And you got to flip the glass before you press the button. If we were to lose to Orlando, I'm not pressing the button yet, but I'm flipping the glass. Like I'm getting prepared, because a loss to Orlando and things are looking pretty shaky, because Orlando is one of the worst teams in the league right now, especially defensively. And look, they gave up 3 goals to New England's B team. So that alone tells you how they are right now, and how they've been playing. So, Chris, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Hopefully a little bit better. I just refreshed the internet here a little bit. But yeah, look, I understand New England's playing their B team, but they still put up 4 goals. And they put up 2 goals.
Oh, you mean Orlando?
Yeah, Orlando. And they put up 2 goals against DC United. Right? They put up 4 goals against Charlotte a couple weeks ago. Like, that doesn't scare you?
No, because they put up 4 goals against Charlotte. And before that game, they had 8 goals in 8 games, I want to say. So they're not necessarily scoring much. Like that was brutal. That was the outlier. That was the I'm blanking here on my vocabulary, but yeah, that was the outlier. That 4-1 victory. They don't score much. If you look at the rest of their season, a quick rundown. They lost 2-1 opening day against the Red Bulls. They lost 4-2 against us,
Yeah.
which they outplayed us in the first half. And then once that second half came, it was downhill for them because we scored 4 on them in the second half.
Yes.
Then NYCFC scored 5 on them, beat them 5-0. Then they beat Montreal, which is absolutely terrible, 2-1. Then they lost to Nashville 5-0. Then they lost to LAFC 6-0. Then they drew with Columbus, which has been great, 1-1. They beat Naples in the Open Cup, FC Naples. Then they lost to Houston, which has been really
Which-
bad also, 0-1. And then again, you had that outlier
Which
where
the
they beat Charlotte
Naples-
4-1.
The Naples game they should have lost.
I didn't watch that. I don't know. But yeah, then you had that
Because
random
there was
outlier.
a goal that
4-1.
passed the goal line.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, and then DC has been terrible all year, and DC beat them 3-2. So Orlando is
But
pretty bad.
but they look threatening. They scored goals. And I mean, to top it off, they're playing against New England right now. They scored 4 goals throughout the play, right? 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. And yeah, like I said, against a replenished sort of New England with a second roster, but still, I mean, they're still showing up when it matters, I guess. And the bottom line is, I'm kind of scared because they're starting to build a little bit in regards to like the matchup coming up with us.
They're not building.
Oh,
I'm not worried
Amy.
about Orlando. They're not building. They're not worried. Now it apparently Just Boy saying 95 degrees here on Saturday. That's gonna be rough. Even though by the time the game starts, the sun's going down. But so yeah. Now what we were talking about on our show La Ventanita, when we were talking about that members only show, we were talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wife just dropped something. All right, we were talking about if Miami and you know what? Even if it's a draw, I'm flipping that glass up because you can't draw with this Orlando team at home. This Orlando team's been that bad.
Yeah.
They've been that bad where you need
Yeah.
to beat them. Like a draw is not acceptable in this
Yes.
scenario. Like Sean was asking me if we draw, yes, we still flip that. I'm not pressing the button, but I'm flipping the glass because I'm starting to get there. And if you look at the schedule for the next for the rest of May, right until the World Cup break, you have Orlando, terrible. Toronto has potential, but they're missing
They're a team.
Mihailovic and they're missing Cifuentes. So they're incomplete. They're gonna be good. They're still not there. Then you play against Cincinnati, which has been in poor form, even though they're picking it up over the last couple of weeks. Then you got Portland, which has been not playing well, even though they look decent recently, but not great.
Yeah.
And then you finish it off against Philadelphia, which is one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. Like the next 5 games should be you hitting the World Cup break on a high note because the schedule softens up for you this month.
I mean, you would think so, right? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but again, look, clearly this is, and you had mentioned because Sean Callahan asked if we're gonna, beat our rival, that we're gonna beat our rival the first game at New Stadium, which apparently Danny had mentioned our first win at Dry Pink or AKA Inter Miami Park or whatever it was called. Was against Orlando. So it would be poetic for it to be against Orlando here in Miami proper, which by the way is funny because I was looking at the Brightline prices in case my daughter wanted to come for the weekend. And I just imagine bringing her down on Saturday. I mean, that Brightline's going to be packed with Orlando people coming down.
Oh, yeah,
because they could finally take that transportation down. Yeah,
and they could transfer.
So that would have been a good question to ask. Correct. Yes. Now it's like a transfer bus or something like that they have prepared. But the bottom line again is yes, Inter Miami does have a good slate of games, sort of get right games, and they finish off those get right games against Philadelphia. But Portland's not a pushover. Cincinnati, in the blink of an eye, can be a solid squad. And Toronto, I mean, they're more or less like kind of hanging out there.
Yeah,
Considering some of the missing pieces, they're not necessarily out of the loop.
you know what I would put Toronto? I'd put Toronto in the same category that I put Austin. Where like, you know what? They could be a good team if they got healthy. And look, they drew with us. So
Yes.
I'd put Toronto somewhere there. And we're going, and that game's in Toronto. So I can see that being a tricky game. That the Toronto and Cincy game are probably the two worst ones that we have on the road, both on short week. But this is a soft part of the schedule. And then Cuban Rick wants to know, where do you get it off on the Metro Rail? Chris has taken that like 5 times already.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, Cuban Rick, if you're going to take it from the south, you have to take the orange line. It's kind of like what Sean Callahan is saying. The orange line takes you straight to the airport. If you take the green line, you're going to have to transfer at Arlington Heights to then get the orange line to the airport. So check the Go app. It's the Miami-Dade, public transportation app. See when the trains get there, so that way you can be able to plan to get there maybe 10 minutes before an orange line gets there.
All right. So, Chris, going into this game,
and go to Dateland North Station, Cuban Rick. I see that you're from Kendall. Go to Dateland North Station. Don't go to the South Station. The South Station, it's like under construction. It looks like it's in shambles. So take the Dateland North Station.
As far as the starting lineup goes, Bright should be back. Ayala might be healthy. Silvetti might be healthy.
Segovia's back.
So we might have a full squad again, outside of Region, which I don't think Region's ready to come back. How do you see us playing this game? Do you think that now that we're fully healthy, we go with 4 in the back, or with 5 in the back, or 3, however you want to call it? I call it 5, but it's 3.
So, yeah, I think it's 5. I call it 5 as well, because the thing is, Noah Allen and whoever's at right back, or whoever's both at left and right, they're not pushing up high enough to be considered like a 3-5-2. And shout out to Rick 07261 for becoming a YouTube member. And so you'll be able to catch us on our La Ventanita episodes. As far as the lineup goes, I think that he's going to go with the 4 in the back.
Speaking of which, something that we talked about. If you haven't watched that episode yet, we ran because we're driving when we do that show, and we both coincidentally drove by a Jeep at the same time. And we started talking about those ducks across the front, and we started talking about something that we want to do. We haven't decided if we want to do it, but I think it would be fun to do if we find out that it's doable. We're gonna look into it. Because I get annoyed with those ducks, but we could do something different. So you said
I think it's going to be 4 in the back. I think because of the fact that we have all of our midfielders back, it's going to be 4 in the back. I mean, I'm looking at the last couple games that we played, and the first game that he had coached, if I'm not mistaken, was the RSL game.
Yeah, he went 4 in the back.
Or was it the Colorado game?
It was a Colorado game, and then he went to 5 in the back when all of a sudden he had a bunch of injuries. Well, he had a back 4 of Facundo Mura, Mikael, Falcon, and Lujan. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he diabolically slots in David Ayala. I hope not. But yeah, I mean, anything's on the table because I think in the next couple of weeks, we're finally going to get a good feel of what he wants to do with this team, especially since the roster seems like it might be getting healthy and back from suspension and all those other things. So we might finally get a feel for it. I also think he's going to go 4 in the back. I don't know if that's. I like the 5 in the back. I thought it looked good the way it was going. But if he goes that route, 4 in the back. You think he goes Mura or Frey on the right? You think he's still going to ride that Mura train?
I think that he's going to move Mura to the right. And if he doesn't move Mura to the right, he's going to put Mura to the left. and he's going to put Lujan on the right.
So you think
know what I would
Allen
really
and Frey are out of the equation?
You know what I would really like to see, and I want to mention this. I don't know if anybody else has, or if any of you guys in the chat have thought of this, but I think it'd be nice to see Noah Allen and Mikhail in the back as the center backs.
You know what?
I think that would be a good partnership.
I didn't think he's had a horrible season. Yeah, maybe he's not as good as he was after
Bruh,
last year. Remember,
he's
he had a rough
pushing
start
up
to the
as a
season
third striker, my guy.
Right, but that's. Do you think he just does that because he feels like it? No, they tell him to do that.
Well, but then look at how that pans out.
To just do that. Okay, but
like look at
that's not on him.
Well, it's not on him, but we're losing space in the back. We're opening up space in the back because of that. We're exposed in the back. Like at the end of the day, if he's given this special assignment to push up and pressure like a Tomas Aviles, because that's what Aviles did, right? Aviles would push up, pressure, and run back. I felt like Aviles was faster than Falcon was, because at least he almost caught back with the line. But Falcon is not fast enough to be able to catch back up.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Noah Allen and Mikhail. In everybody's eyes, Mikhail is the best center back we have. And last year, Falcon and Noah Allen were the best. And so if Falcon is not hitting the numbers like how we like it, and Noah Allen's not panning out at the left back, and you're going to still trot out some Argentine at the left back no matter what, then put Noah Allen as a center back. Why not?
I mean,
listen, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. I just think that people are losing trust in Falcon way too quickly. Last year he had a weird start to the year also, but he picked it up after the World Cup, after the Club World Cup, and I don't think he's been as bad as you guys are saying. I really don't. I think he's saved us quite a bit. There's been a few spots where I think he saved us quite a bit. And then that game against RSL, did he win man of the match that game?
Against RSL, I believe he did get man of the match.
I don't know. I don't think he's been stellar. I think
gave Beterame man of the match one of the games. Danny, has Beterame been a man of the match ever, or had a game where he looked like man of the match? Like, who cares? Can we agree? Like, go.
Can we agree that it's easier to give a man of the match when somebody scores a goal, but when it's a center back, it's a lot rare to win that award? I'm not saying to put that much stock into it, but I'm just saying that he had a solid performance. Like, they don't just give it to a random center back for no reason, especially when you actually scored goals. It wasn't a 0-0 draw.
But you know why Falcon gets man of the matches is because he has like these war yells and these war cries. And he's like, yeah, you see him so animated. He's so happy because he made such an incredible stop. Like, Mikhail's not doing that. So of course you're gonna give the award to the guy that's out here raging like a warrior. Like, well, but in reality,
remember all the things we were talking about Solans before that RSL game about how he was like crazy and he was gonna ball out, and he didn't do anything that game. And I think that was a lot to do with both center backs, not just Falcon. But I don't think Falcon had a bad game, and we expected them to give up goals that game.
Look, Sean Callahan says it here, simple tackle, and Maxi yells. Look, every single time he had a simple tackle, he'd get up and you'd see the veins pop out of his biceps every single time.
I don't remember him ever seeing him yell. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've never seen him yell on the field.
What? Have you not watched any games ever in the history of ever?
I guess not. I don't remember him ever yelling.
What? I mean, look, the thing is, I'm not saying Falcon is terrible. What I'm saying is that recently, what I'm saying is recently, with the way that he's been playing, going up so high, being being given the task of being this
Everybody goes up
high.
high on this time, dudes, on this team.
No, but dude, but with this kind of okay, with these kind of issues on defense, you don't think that it'd be a little bit more comforting to be like, hey, don't shoot up over where Messi's at. Because guess what? RDP doesn't catch up to help you out, buddy. And now Bright hasn't been playing, so you're not going to have that cushion back there. Like if he plays, okay, fine. You want Maxi, Danny? You want Rage Master Flash? You can have Rage Master Flash.
Okay, but my whole thing is, I don't think it's Falcon. I don't think it's Mikael. I think it's the fact that they're making them play so high, which is what we've always complained about. Like that's what it is. Like Falcon may not be fast, but he's not. What's this guy that that Solana used to hate because he wasn't South American?
Oh, you're talking about
Christoph,
the Ukraine guy, Sergei Christoph.
Yeah, he's not Christoph slow.
Yeah, but at least Christoph was a house back there. He was a unit. Falcon is not a unit.
Falcon, yeah, but
no, he's not a unit.
No, man.
No,
Falcon,
he's not a unit.
Falcon can get physical. Look, I'm not a huge Falcon fan,
You're
but
gonna make me do
it. I think you guys are over the top with the Falcon stuff.
Did you see the comment?
Which one?
Did you see the comment that Rick A just posted up right now? Where he says he came for the Orlando breakdown and he's staying here to talk shit about the back line.
Well, let's be real. That is basically the game. So if I were to ask you, Chris, what kind of a question is that? Chris,
what do you mean? What kind of? This is a serviceable question for those of you on audio.
Unit? What the hell is that?
Is Falcon a unit? What do you mean?
Chris,
what kind of question is that?
Let's say you're a degenerate gambler.
Oh my gosh.
And you bet the house on Orlando. No. Yeah, you bet the house on Orlando.
Okay.
You regret it later, but now you need to win. So you're going to go up to their coach. I don't even know what his name is. And you're like, this is how you beat Miami. What are you telling them?
Well, so I would probably have to tell him, hit us with the counters and all of your fast Emerson players. Because the moment that our team moves up so high, like you saw in the last episode that we talked, especially in the MLS one, where I said I'm starting to like Orlando because they just have Emerson Rodriguez's everywhere. And I love Emerson's. And if there's anything that Emerson's do is they run fast. So counter and run fast, and you might have an opportunity to score on us. I'm going to stop the poll real quick. Is Falcon a unit? 69% says no, Danny.
I agree. I think that you play that low block and play the counter, and you have a chance. You have a fighter's chance. Especially if you play that compact defense right on top of that box, and you make it difficult for Messi. You make it tough for Messi to find any space in the middle of the pitch, and you force us out wide. Unless Silvetti is playing and making something happen, you're going to have a really hard time. So we're going to see, because I think that if that's the strategy, which I kind of wish, let me see. Maybe I can find out.
By the way, we don't need to do a poll. I am a unit, but Falcon, we know for sure, is not a unit.
What? You are a unit?
Yes, because they're asking in the poll. I mean, Mr. Krabs is already offering me up as a unit. I'll take it. I am a unit. Okay, there's no need for the poll, Mr. Krabs. I'm not bringing it. Okay.
All right. So I wanted to see how they are as far as possession goes, and it looks like some games they're playing the counter. Other games they hold 60-70% of the possession. So I guess.
Well, let me tell you,
they allow the opponent to dictate the flow of the game.
Martin Ojeda is a good player, and he controls the pace at times for Orlando. So whenever you don't have everybody Emersoning out, like, he is a good pace controller for the team. And you want to know where this game is going to be won is the starting 11. for Inter Miami. Like, depending on who goes and starts, that's going to be critical in this game.
Is there any chance that Suarez starts now that more people are healthy?
Oof, that is a freaking great question.
Okay.
That is a
so
great
before you
question,
answer that
really.
question, would you want him to start? You already know where I sit on that.
I would tell you, and
That's
this is
a
a great
poll.
poll. That's
an actual
That's a
poll.
poll. How should I do that? That's a good poll. You got a good poll.
Is Falcon a unit?
You got a good poll. No homo. Go. Pause. What's the question again? It wasn't a fun question, so that's why I don't remember it.
Would you want Suarez to start on Saturday?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer myself, and I said, yeah, I would want him to start.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and create the poll, guys, because I like Danny's poll.
All right. So, if Suarez starts, are we doing the whole? I mean, I would assume it's the whole Suarez Berterame crap again, right?
Oh man, double striker, huh? I mean, if you're gonna bring the pain, you might as well bring it.
You can't put Berterame out wide. That guy trips all over himself. He has no idea what to do with the ball when there's a defender in front of him. And then Luis Suarez can't go anything out wide.
So let's work this out then, right? We got Suarez and Berterame up top. Where are we putting Messi? Are we putting him on the right, or are we putting him
behind? It's a 4-4-2 then. If you got the two strikers, you got the 4-4-2 probably.
Okay, so but would you put him? You'd have to put him on the right then. Like, you're not going to sit him in the middle, because then you're going to take away one of the two in the middle.
No, he'd probably play behind the two strikers. So it might be like a 4-4-2 diamond. So you have a single defensive midfielder with Bright. You'd have Rodrigo de Paul out to the right mid. You have Segovia to the left mid. You got Messi as your cam. And then you have the two strikers up top. I remember when we got Campana and Joseph, where everybody's like, "Ooh, we're gonna play the diamond 4-4-2, the diamond 4-4-2," and that shit never happened. It never happened. But everybody's really excited to see the diamond formation.
Okay, so
I mean, something like that might work with Suarez, but I don't want to see it. But if we're gonna go double striker, maybe something like that.
Okay, but then now, so look, Rick A's cooking. He says 4-3-3, Segovia and RDP wider, and Bright and CDM lower. Let's work with what you just said, Danny. This 4-4-2 diamond, right? So you got the diamond panned out. So that means there's no Silvetti, no Allende.
Well, if you're gonna start Berterame and Suarez, doesn't matter what the lineup looks like. You're basically taking out Silvetti and Allende.
Yes, like not including either.
Right.
So okay,
I think
so
Silvetti
you're going
start.
So you're going solid. Those solid 4 in the middle, and then 4 solid in the back. And I'll go ahead and stop the poll here. And so far, all of you have said, would you want Suarez to start on Saturday? Well, not all of you, but everybody that have 65% said no. Now, the 4 in the back would have to be your best friend, Maxi Falcon, Rage Master Flash, Rage Master Clash, right? And then you have Mikael. I think that he is I think he's a rage monster. I think that he's been playing a little poorly this season. Yes. He's been exposing us in the back.
No. The managers have been exposing us in the back.
I'm just telling you that whatever he's doing is leaving everyone exposed in the back. Mikael has looked great because he's playing actual defense. So Mikael and Falcon, we'll get your 2 BFFs there.
Okay.
So then you're not going to bring in Ian Frey on that. The coach isn't going to bring in Ian Frey. Because he's going to want solid defenders.
This was last game. No, we're not doing the 3 in the back. Nope. Okay, so this is the last time we had 4 in the back. We went with 4-4-2. Okay, so obviously I don't have a diamond formation because we haven't played that yet.
Yeah.
But the back line, you don't think Ian Frey?
If he plays the 4-4-2 with the diamond formation, which I mean, you're cooking something up out of thin air. So I don't think that slick back car salesman is going to make that change. But do I think Ian Frey would play in that system? No. I think he'd want a more solid defender.
I'm going to tell you,
quote
I
unquote,
think
a solid defender.
I think a 4-4-2 diamond. Now that the more I think about it, I think because there's a good chance that we hold possession, you want guys that are good connecting and accurate passers. I think Segovia being on the left, and Rodrigo De Paul on the right, kind of working inverted towards the center of the pitch and kind of playing off of Luis Suarez and Messi, maybe that would work best. Because if Silvetti isn't available, you can try as much as you want to go out wide, but nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like you could play the ball out wide all you want, but nothing's going to happen with the ball out there. So at that point, maybe you do want to get Segovia and Rodrigo De Paul to kind of connect with Messi and Suarez up there.
But look at what Sean is saying. In a diamond, you kind of want your fullbacks to push up.
And
so maybe
just about in every formation nowadays, you want that though.
Well, and I'll tell you this:
and the way this team plays, they're going to do it no matter what. Uh-huh.
I saw Ian Frey and Noah Allen on the promo banner for the game this Saturday. Which shame on you, Inter Miami. Like, you need to connect with the coach and tell him to play these guys, okay? Especially Ian Frey. Unfortunately, I don't think that Ian Frey is going to get the start. He's going to have to keep beating these rando bando Argentines in practice and just allowing them to destroy themselves during the game. I think Mura and Lujan are going to play just by default.
All right. Let me see.
And just so you know, Mike V's got a lineup here. He's got Lujan, Mura, Falcon, Mikael, Allen. So he's got 5 in the back. He's got RDP, Segovia, Silvetti, Messi, and Beterame. No Suarez.
Well, since since Oscar Pareja left, and they were giving up 5 and 6 goals, and they were on pace to give up 130 goals for the year, they changed things up. They're playing with 3 in the back. They're playing with wing backs and speedy wing backs. Like Chris was saying, that he likes the speed on this team. So yes. Angulo on one side, and I don't know if it's going to be Taifi on the right side, but they're going to go ahead and they're going to be playing out wide often, and they're going to be playing that counter, and then they're going to have the 2 Ojedas in the center of the pitch, kind of creating more. Trying to see.
I can't hear you, buddy.
Did I go? Did my mic go out?
Yeah, you went away from the microphone.
They have Otavio, which I don't know if he's. Everybody was hoping that he would be good. I don't know if he's lived up to the hype. Otavio has been there. He's gonna be probably their defensive midfielder. I don't know. I know that they're gonna probably play the counter. Griffin Dorsey might be playing on the right side. That's who it is. Angulo on the left side. Those are going to be the wing backs. But Crepeau hasn't looked good either.
Well, and look at what they're mentioning here. Chandler's saying, I bet whatever lineup Orlando is using tonight, they'll use the same for Saturday.
I doubt
Wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you know what? They won it today because this is the only chance they have to do anything. They played with 5 in the back. Angulo out wide on the left. They had Dorsey out wide on the right. Yeah. Exactly what I was looking at before.
Let me tell you,
that's what they did.
If Angulo is out on the left and they put Facundo Mura or Lujan on that right side, we're so done.
You know what?
We're so done.
Why? You know what? We're lucky in that aspect is
what?
Because Angulo can't finish. You know what? I say that and watch him score now. But generally, he's like a Schaffelberg, right? Because Schaffelberg was that speedster that would get in position, but he never finished. Lassiter, remember when we had Lassiter? Would always get in position but could never finish. And
But
Angulo kind of
Lassiter's,
suffers with that same thing.
yeah, but Lassiter gets there. He gets there.
Okay,
Angulo
but
gets there. I mean, he gets there. I'm just saying that breaks things down. It causes a panic.
Orlando leaves themselves susceptible to shots. There's only one team that has surrendered more shots against, and that's Austin. Orlando's second in the league for shots against. They also lead the league in yellow cards.
Lead it. Well, that just shows a little bit of youngness, a little bit of recklessness. Listen, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this game. I'm kind of scared, Danny, a little bit. Because this is because this is the kind of game that people like you are looking at this like, oh, it's Orlando City. Oh, it's our rival. We're so much better. And they suck so much. Like, this is the kind of game, and I told you this game, if Inter Miami loses, will go down in history.
Yeah.
Orlando City fans will hold on to this moment for the rest of their lives. They will be 70 years old talking about the days when they supported Orlando City and beat Miami in Miami proper, telling their grandkids this story of taking the Bright Line to Miami and watching them win the first game in Miami proper. I'm scared.
No, that would be terrible because forever they could say that they were the first team to ever win a game in that stadium. So yeah, that would be absolutely terrible. I don't think that's going to happen. Who do you think is leading the league in big chances missed? So they had an opportunity to score, but they missed.
Oh man, don't tell me it's Orlando.
No.
So they had the most, probably Chicago.
Vancouver's number one. But I think that they've had some bad luck because I've seen some of those games and the goalies just play out of their minds when they play against Vancouver. Vancouver's number one. Miami's number two.
Oh.
And that goes back into the conversation we were having, I think it was last episode or the episode before, where Messi's leading the league in expected assist. And he has zero assists.
That's crazy.
Because he's feeding Berterame. He's feeding Allende. He's feeding people that can't finish. People aren't helping him. If anybody's out there talking about, oh, Messi's not doing enough, Messi has no assists, there's two parts to an assist. You could give it to them, but they need to finish. You could take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? That's the saying. Like, what else do you want Messi to do? When I saw that he's leading the league in expected assist, that's wild. Oh, this guy. So
listen, I had to put it because listen, Danny, we're a man of the people, okay? And Gene Rome needs to go. So he asked real quick. He's like, just drop the Rocco poll. I need to go. So we have to fulfill the wishes here, okay?
Well, I think we're winding down anyway. So prediction.
Hold on. Let me hurry up with the poll. Hold on. Okay, boom. Poll stopped. Goalie Poli. Rocco wins 67%. I cut it off, guys.
So what's your prediction for the game? And I'll ask the chat. What's the prediction for the game?
Okay, so and look, more people voting, Danny. Okay. I'll tell you right now, I have a really bad feeling about this game. I have a really bad feeling. Hopefully this swings against my wishes, but I have a really bad feeling about this game, and I feel...
Why do you have a bad feeling, though? I don't understand. Miami hasn't lost.
This is a trap game, Danny. This is against Orlando, who everybody's like, this is the worst team ever in the history. We are guaranteed to win.
I would agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that Messi and everybody have come off the pitch last game frustrated because they haven't been able to win.
That
If it
doesn't
wasn't
mean a
for that,
damn
yes, it does
thing.
because they're not
No.
overlooking anybody. They're not on a hot streak. They're not like, oh, we just won the last 10 games. Oh, this is a give me. Like, they're not thinking that way. They haven't been on a hot streak. They haven't played well, and they know that. They're not overlooking Orlando. They're going to come out there with the purpose to embarrass Orlando. They're going to try to put as many goals as possible on Orlando. If you go into this game, get ready for an entertaining game. Soccer Daddy, I know you're going down, and you said you spent a bunch of money. Enjoy it because it's going to be a good game because Miami's going to put their balls on the foreheads of Orlando City's players. I'm telling you.
I'm just look, Alex, you're asking for a lot, buddy. I want a clean sheet and a win.
Yeah, I don't know about a clean sheet.
Well, of course, because you have the greatest goalie of your BFF of all time, like and your best friend Falcone, Rage Master. You're saying that Messi going to a locker room, oh, you're so mad. Oh my God, we did so bad. That's the last 2 games, Danny, and nothing changed.
But that's
Nothing
not somebody that. But that's not somebody that's going to overlook their opponent. Nothing changed. You're right. Nothing changed. But they played against somebody that played them well. They couldn't finish their opportunities. That's fine. What I'm telling you is, you're saying the reason I brought that up is because you're saying it's a trap game. But trap games only work when somebody's overlooking their opponent. And I don't think Miami is in a mental state right now where they're overlooking anybody because they don't feel like they've played well. They're not overlooking anybody.
Listen, they played against Nashville first leg and they tied. Walked off super mad. Oh my God, Messi, I'm so mad. Then they tied against Charlotte. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Oh my God. Then they played against Nashville and they tied, aggregate, lost. We're eliminated. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh my gosh. That matters zero. That's how much that matters.
But did you not hear my explanation? I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't mean that they're going to play better. But you're saying that it's a trap game. It cannot be a trap game if they're not overlooking their opponent. That's all I was saying. Yes, I know it doesn't mean that they're going to play great because they're mad. I understand that. What I'm telling you that it's not because if they don't play well, it's not because they overlook their opponent. Because they're going to come out with a point to prove, and they're going to try to put as many on as they can on them.
I'm going to look up right now on the Hard Rock app, and I'm going to see how much Inter Miami is favored in this match. A +8. They're a -375. That's crazy. If I put $5 on Orlando and they win, I make $45 +800. This is everybody's got Orlando getting their butts destroyed.
Chris, the last time we came on here and we said, no, it can't be a trap game. The team is not overlooking it. Look, Chris, the last time we said, you and I both agreed, Orlando's going to get their ass kicked by a team that was actually streaking because they hadn't lost and they hadn't given up a goal. What happened? It was LAFC. And what happened?
Danny,
did you forget what happened with LAFC?
I don't remember, dude, because I'm blown away.
It was 6-0.
That you think, Danny,
what do you want to bet? What do you want to bet?
No,
I bet you
what do you mean
wins.
you're gonna bet me? I don't want to bet. I'm not gonna bet you. I don't want Inter Miami to lose. But I feel like this kind of game, you're telling me that the team's not overlooking. They just posted a practice video of them like hacky sack racing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they can't have fun. They can't go buy Pokemon cards.
No, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be buying Pokemon cards. They shouldn't be hacky sack racing. I need to see intense practicing. I need 3 goalies in goal to block their shots. I need them to try to find interesting ways to score goals because I want goals. No Pokemon shopping. I don't want to see online shopping. I don't want to see hacky sack racing. No fun, no smiles, just winning. After you win your first game in Miami Freedom Park. You can go buy all the Pokemon cards you want, all the Neato little balls, all the toys you want. Guys are freaking hacky sack racing, Danny. What?
So do you want to bet or not?
We're not. I'm not gonna bet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bet. I'm
So
just
you're not
gonna
that
tell
worried.
you.
You're not that worried. This is all for sure.
Look, no, it's not for sure. I think Inter Miami is gonna win. I think that they have the full capability of winning, but the reality is, I do feel like this team, Orlando, is getting overlooked, and they just finished winning against New England, and they're hyped in that locker room right now. And the next team that they got is against Inter Miami and Messi, and all these Brazilian kids on that team are gonna run rampant on us. You know what? That's it. Soccer Daddy, yeah, Miami's cooked. We're losing 3-2. Inter Miami loses 3-2.
Yes, I agree that they're packing the final third. But if they can get Segovia, RDP, and Messi out there, and they're all playing in the center of the pitch, I think they can connect. And even though I'm not a fan of Berterame or what he's done so far, I think he has improved playing off of Messi, and I think that they'll find their way at least to 2 goals. But you know what? I won't even say 2. I just think we're gonna win. So again, prediction time, Chris. What do you think's the final score?
You didn't even hear me. I said it's going to be 3-2.
I didn't
Orlando
hear you. No,
wins.
you're right. When did you say that?
I said that like
Orlando
47
wins?
seconds ago. Yes.
So you
Oh,
do
what
want
is that? Is that too? Is
do
that
wanna bet.
too? So it's
I'll bet you
too
then.
outlandish. It's too outlandish
I'll bet you.
to say that Orlando can possibly win in a soccer game.
Yes. They're not winning this game. If they win this
Mikey
game,
is say-
then you know how I always criticize you for saying we're cooked? If Orlando wins this game, then we start
We're
to worry.
so done. No, that's the whole. The glass comes up and the button gets punched.
No, I don't punch the button yet, but I definitely flipped that thing up.
You don't punch the button if Orlando wins against Inter Miami?
No. You know why? And I'm going to tell you why.
Crazy.
Because I
bro.
know that this team is going to change from now until September. This team's going to look different. We might have a new manager. We'll have a couple new players.
that guy.
So for that reason, I don't push the button.
There's no way.
There's no way what? That
Listen,
we have new players?
you. First of all, that coach, he's not giving up his job. He's not giving it up. They're not going to get another coach.
Why am I not a real fan?
No, because Sean Callahan's out.
too
Listen,
rational.
Sean. No, it's not about me. Listen, Sean, I'm rational. I am
Yeah.
considering our opponent.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy's rational.
I am rational. I am considering the severity of our opponent, who just finished winning against Leonardo Campana's New England Revolution in a tournament. Just scored a couple goals.
You say I just cracked the code. I see what's going on now.
Oh my God! No, listen. I didn't crack the code, buddy. But if that's what's, listen, Francisco's saying it right there. I'm rationing. Listen, they
Shout
scored
out to
4
Rico.
goals.
They put out an NWSL ad apparently during our show. I would love to cover the NWSL, but we don't have a team down here. All right, Chris. I think that's it. This game.
What's your prediction, buddy?
We're gonna win.
What's the score? We're gonna win. Oh my God! So anything can just happen as long as we win. 1, 2, 2-1.
The thing is,
3-1.
you know why I have a hard time telling you, because I have no idea. There's a chance that Segovia gets benched and all of a sudden you just see Allende out there with Berterame and Suarez. Like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do. I have no idea. But
And so
you know what,
you're
like the
confident.
Colorado game, you know how the Colorado game Messi carried us to the end? I have no doubt that we're
Yes.
gonna win this game, whether it be Messi magic or Orlando with 3 own goals. I don't care what happens or how it happens. Miami's winning. I just
I
don't
need
know
a
what
score,
he's gonna
though.
do.
Yo,
You
well,
need
I
a
mean, but
score?
you're then.
Okay,
I need
fine.
a score. You can't dismiss my Orlando prediction to win and then
Well,
be like,
because I
"Oh,
didn't
I'm not
didn't
gonna give you
dismiss it because of
numbers,
the
but Inter
score.
Miami's
I
gonna
dismissed it because
win."
you said that Orlando's gonna win. I don't care that you said 3-2. You could have said 5-8. I don't care. You just said Orlando's gonna win, and that's ridiculous. Miami's gonna win this game. And if it wasn't for me not knowing what the lineup is, I want to say they're gonna curb stomp them. I want to say Miami's gonna dominate them and just. But because I have no idea what he's gonna do, like if he trots out there and he puts, I don't know, Lujan, like you said, at right back, Mura left back. You have Allende playing the striker. You have Suarez out on the left, Berterame out on the right. Like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do. I hope he's not that much of an idiot. I hope that he's smarter than to do silly things like that, but I don't know. So I do know Miami's gonna win though. If you need a score, I'll say 3-0.
Okay. So first of all, you just said earlier, Marisol Alex is asking, we need to fix the no clean sheet problem. Danny, like 6 minutes ago, said we're not going to get a clean sheet. And now he just predicted a 3-0 and a possible curb stomping. Possible.
Depending on the lineup. Depending on the lineup. So
and
we'll
Danny might score a goal, according to MZX, since he sits next to the net. So,
but I won't be at that game, unfortunately. I won't be at this game. So no goal scoring for me. All right. I think we have reached the end. Chris, do you have any final words?
I hope we win. I want to preface that.
Okay.
I believe that we will win, but I feel like everybody's high, that everybody's on because we're playing against Orlando, and this is Orlando City, and they're the worst team ever in the history of ever. This is a trap game.
Can't be a trap game.
Okay. It's a trap game. They're losers. We're supposed to be winners. If a tie is unacceptable, our loss should be astronomically explosion time.
Yeah, well, for the record, Ricky, I never go to the game this weekend. I always give my tickets to Chris because it's his birthday. So that's why
it's
I'm
going to be
going.
my birthday this weekend, guys. Well,
So
not this
I always
weekend.
give him right. So I always give him my tickets for this weekend, which the last 2 years have been the Red Bulls games, and they've been great games.
Yeah, they've been
Remember
fantastic.
that game that Messi had like 6 goal contributions in like the second half, and then
Yeah,
last
that
year I
was a
forgot
great
how I
game.
think they kicked the Red Bulls ass last year also. So I never go to Chris is predicting a loss on his birthday. Well, it's not on his birthday, but it's a day or two before.
I want to answer this question real quick because I never seen this guy comment. Suk Paniali, I want to look. I support the team, and I haven't predicted that Inter Miami would lose every game. I only did that twice this year. Once recently, I think it was against RSL,
Colorado, or RSL, yeah.
It was
It was one of
RSL,
the two.
and then
Yeah.
yes, and then this one I'm predicting because, if for as much as Danny doesn't want to admit it, it's a trap game. Okay.
And does this mean the
I mean,
post
I
game
can't
pod is right
post
after the
against.
game? Yeah, it'll probably be Chris. Chris probably won't join me. I'll probably do it, and maybe I'll get somebody to come join me to do the post game. But yeah, so it'll be right after the game.
I think I might be able to. I think if my daughter comes into town, then that's a no-go for sure. But no, I think I'm gonna be able to do it. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like wait for you to get home and then do it?
Yeah. I could do it. Yeah.
Okay, so I take it back, Xavier. It might not be right after the game.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We'll be back on Friday morning for
Trap
La
game.
Ventanita. For those of you that are members, we'll be talking to Morning to Miami and just random stuff, and then Saturday for the post game. So until the next
Champion.
one. Oh, and if you want to talk some soccer with us, we're doing Battered Soccer Fans in a couple minutes. So until the next one, have a good one.